Welcome, this is the NASCAR Euro Series Week 4 race from Donington Park National. This is the Wednesday 8:15 p.m. split, 22-car single split race. We're the number 1 car. Put in a 111.5 qualifying lap, which starts as second. Top 6 cars all qualified within a second of each other, so it should be pretty competitive up front. Totally dry race. There was a chance for rain this week, and the practice session before the race was completely wet, but this race is going to be dry.
About to go green, stay focused.
Waiting for Joe to go on the inside of us once the pace car pulls in.
Pace car is off, time green, green, green.
We don't get a very good launch, but Joe doesn't get a good jump on us either. Kevin gets a pretty good start. He's to our inside going to turn 1.
The next car's the leader. Car right.
We give space and just kind of hold it around the outside so we can slot back in line in 3rd place.
Clear on the right.
We're taking it really easy the first lap. Of course, we don't want to slide the tires. Takes a few laps for the tires on this car to come up to temperature anyway. We recognize a lot of the names that are in this race. A lot of the same guys have been running the Wednesday 8:15 split the last few weeks. Joe won the race at Wilton Park last week. I think Kevin was in the race as well, Billy, a few others near the front. So it's cool to see the same guys week after week. It makes it feel like more of a league or a real racing series. Coming through to the end of the first lap, it looks like it was a clean start for everybody through the field, so that's good to see. We weren't able to hold our starting position of 2nd, but 3rd place is fine. As long as we can stay in the draft of Kevin, and Kevin can stay close enough to Joe, we're in a pretty good place for the rest of the race.
18.868.
Kevin goes a little wide into Redgate, and Joe's able to open up a bit more of a gap, almost a full second. They both go really wide through the gold hairpin. Joe goes off into the grass a little bit. Kevin's a bit slow in exit. This bunches all of us back up together. Joe goes extremely wide through McLean's. And through the following corner, it looks like he's having a really big, long slide. He's definitely pushing, trying to break the draft already from Kevin and I. Donington Park is probably my favorite English circuit on iRacing, especially the national layout. It's very flowing, very fun, pretty quick lap. In this car, you don't even touch 2nd gear. Feels just really fun to drive. The old hairpin, extremely tricky corner. They both run a little wide again. Very easy to do. I was purposefully backing up my lift and braking points so much, and really prioritizing getting a good exit and run up the hill. Especially with the draft that these cars make, you can pull up a lot of time on the car in front of you if you get a good run through that corner. We of course have the really big curbs at the chicane. Fun chicane, you have to cut both. The car can get really unsettled. This car doesn't take curbs super well, but it is satisfying when you get it right. When you get it wrong, you are at risk of a pretty significant slowdown, so that's the other risk.
Flat for you. The car in P1, just after past the flat. 11.601.
We have a little slide coming out of Redgate this lap. Another slide through the crater curves. Olivia and Billy behind us are keeping up pretty well. 5-car breakaway basically in the draft at this point. Joe goes a bit wide there again. I really like to use all of that curb on that corner and the next corner. Just keeping the car tight, not putting a lot of wheel into it, letting it roll through the center of the corner. That's how I found a lot of speed in this car. Lap 5 was my fastest, so I'll also pull up the off-board view and talk my way through the lap. Braking just before the end of the pit exit line. Careful not to go too far over the white line or you'll get a slowdown. Into third gear, taking the late apex through red gate. Tracking out wide and using the curb on the left-hand side, moving the car back to the right before Hollywood. Cutting the old hairpin as much as you can. Flat through the next set of kinks. Keeping it fairly tight through turns 7 and 8. Very easy to get wheel spin there. I was short shifting into 4th a lot of the race. Braking just before the final crest, going into the chicane, using all of the right-hand curb, all of the left-hand curb. It's flatter, so you can really cut it. That was a 1:11.4, which was not quite as good as Joe's qualifying time, but it was the fastest lap of the race for anybody. I was definitely helped out by getting the draft going up the hill, but it was a pretty solid lap. Got a second clear in 4th place now. At this point, it's kind of just play the waiting game, continue to apply pressure to Kevin, who can apply pressure to Joe, wait for one or both of them to slip up or start battling, take advantage when we can, keep the tires under us. I noticed Joe had been sliding around a lot so far in the race, so he's been able to stay out in front for now, but that's going to punish him later in the race, so we might be able to take advantage of that as the laps wind down. We'll have more grip on exit, might be able to get a better run through the chicane or through the old hairpin. Kevin has a little look into turn 1, but backs off. Turn 1 isn't a super heavy braking zone, so it's hard to really make a move stick in these cars there. You can pretty much put your whole car over the curb and into the dirt on the apex of the old hairpin. But if you do get a slowdown, it's massive. So I can understand why these guys keep going a little wide there, but it was working out for us because we were able to get through there really well. Like I said, the last lap, short shifting into 4th just to prevent any kind of wheel spin. Very easy to just let the car kick out in 3rd gear and drift your way through the corner. It kind of reminds me of turns 2 and 3 at Zolder earlier in the season. It's maybe the 3rd or 4th time Joe's tracked out into the dirt coming out of the old hairpin. We're as close as we've been all race to the actual lead. There was a pass for 4th behind us. Billy's now moved into 4th, but now they're 2.5 seconds behind us, so we fully separated. We have a little slide coming out of the chicane, which kills our run. Not that we were going to make it past into turn 1 anyway, but
11.732. Podium is looking good.
we're down to 9 minutes to go.
11.761.
Felt like we were rolling really well through turn 1. Kevin goes wide, he keeps it on track. Could have had a look to the outside or inside, but it would have put us side by side for sure going up the hill. And maybe let Joe escape, so I backed off, just kind of gave Kevin a little bump to encourage him. Really biding my time this entire race. Yeah, hoping Kevin can get by Joe before the last lap so that we can have a shot on one or both of them as well. We see our first glimpse of a lapped car about 10 seconds up the road. This is a single split race, so we have a wide range of I ratings and abilities in this split, but so far we haven't dealt with any lap traffic, and it hasn't appeared like there's been many incidents through the field. We actually bumped Kevin going to the chicane. We just rolled through there really well, I guess, or he got checked up a little bit by Joe. Accidental contact, but didn't really slow any of us down. Did appear to damage Kevin's rear bumper on our screen. Didn't feel like very heavy contact, but we hit him square. When I noticed there was damage on his car, I wondered if we might have some front-end damage too, but our field's fine. We're all staying together, so no worries. Joe and Kevin have a pretty big slide, so we've closed up really close. I'm really trying to push Kevin here to maybe look to the inside of the next corner, but Joe's protecting. Kind of using the middle of the track, but nowhere to go for any of us. We're also coming up on the lapped car, so things could get interesting if he doesn't completely yield the position to us. Looks like he's not going to get out of the way before the chicane. Lap car actually goes off track, and I was a little nervous he was going to swing it right back onto the front stretch, so we kind of compromise our line there and lose a bit of time to Kevin and Joe, but we're still only half a second away. Kevin looks at the last second, but no moves there. Joe protects the inside anyway. You can tell that their grip is really starting to go up at this point. They're sliding around everywhere. We're still feeling pretty good. Hadn't had too many oversteer moments. Felt really in control of the car. Felt like I was faster than both of them. They go side by side here. Joe's on the inside. Kevin backs off to slot behind him. I think he's worried that I'm going to throw it on the inside of him. They make side to side contact. And again, I know Kevin doesn't want to just have to hold it around the outside and let me potentially take the spot, so he backs off, but we're really trying to put all the pressure we can. He has a little look into the chicane, but nothing doing there. Unfortunately, we don't get through the chicane very well and kind of lose out on exit. Joe's fully defending going into turn 1, but he moves back to the middle of the track right before the entry of the corner. Under 5 minutes to go, or 4 minutes to go now, so race is really on for the win. Still, there's only so many passing opportunities at this track, so we have to be patient. Keep backing up our corners where we have been. Don't want to overdrive and cook our front tires or make a mistake and go out onto the grass and lose any shot to keep up with these guys.
What the fuck are you doing?
First voice chat we've heard all race. Joe overdrives the hold airpin a little bit, but he's able to make it work on the exit. Minutes to go, which means 2 laps to go here. Kevin gets a good run coming out of the chicane, has a chance maybe to look into turn 1. Joe's definitely going to defend. Kevin opens up the corner, but Joe kind of moves back to the left a little bit late. So no pass made here. Really needing Kevin to make a move sooner. You know, if he doesn't do it, then we're not going to have a chance for the win. So, you know, I'm thinking about when I can, you know, try to at least grab second here now. They're both a bit slow into the old hairpin and have a slide, and there's a lap car to the right side. Thankfully, he gets out of the way and doesn't affect the race. Give Kevin another bump. We're really closing up on these guys, but just don't quite have the run to look into the chicane. We overdrive the entry a little bit, unfortunately, too, so they pull out a bit of a gap going to turn 1. Just like last lap, Nothing happening in front of us. Okay, definitely need to get a really good run coming out of the old hairpin. Kevin really sends it in, but he doesn't have luck going to their old hairpin. Joe runs really wide, gets super loose too, goes in the dirt. We have to get to his outside. Kevin goes by. We go by almost, just clearing. And then we kind of get sent into the next corner, which, you know, we slide it and save it, but we lose a lot of time to Kevin. That kind of cost us a chance at him, unfortunately. Only a couple corners left. We need to get a really good run coming out of turn 8 to maybe have a look into the chicane. But we haven't been super great in the brakes there. Joe has another slide behind us, so no pressure from him going to this corner. Try to have a really good entry, get through the corner, take all the curbs, keep it pinned, have a slide coming out of the final corner. But we don't have the momentum to make a move. So we come home second. Kevin gets the win.
All I could do was keep applying pressure.
Well done to him. Definitely close race all throughout. We were there, just didn't have an opportunity at the right time, but it was a great race. And yeah, no, really enjoyed that one. We'll take second place. We'll have a look at the results here. Just under a 1900 strength of field. Second place in a 22 car grid gives us 109 points. 0x. Fastest lap of the race. Finished 0.3 of a second off Kevin. Yeah, really fun. At this point, we're 8th in the standings overall out of almost 3,000 people, which is cool. And yeah, I'll just let the last lap play again with some extra replays. And really enjoyed that one. Look forward to next week's race in this series. Hopefully I can get another one in this week in the rain, which would be really fun. We'll see. The participation hasn't been great compared to Alton Park, but yeah, super fun. Really enjoying this car, and thanks for watching.